Hey guys, this is a tutorial on how to replace the clutch shoes on your Hpi Baja 5T. Let's get started. So we're going to be installing these clutch shoes. So first things first, you will have to remove the spur gear cover and the dust guard. Tools you're going to be needing for this operation are needle pliers, 24mm wheel wrench, the 3mm screwdriver, and the 2.5mm screwdriver. Okay, so I'm now going to remove the wheel, the spur gear cover, and the dust guard. One of the main recommendations I would provide is to try as much to clean it while you have the chance. What you want to remove first is the spur gear, the plate which comes along with the clutch bell. You would want to remove the stock clutch bell housing. Also remove the braking system. So you want to remove this screw here along with these other three for the braking. You do not necessarily have to remove the one for the linkage. You will have to remove this one for the clutch housing. Also these along with two others in the back of the spur gear. Also the E-clip. You'll also need the 4mm hex screwdriver for these bigger screws. So now that we have removed the spur gear, we want to remove these 4 screws along with these other 2 screws to remove the plate and the braking system. I have removed the spur gear main assembly. What you would want to do is you would want to organize your stuff in a way so that after you have done your fix, you'd want to replace everything back as how you had it. It's not good to have stuff all over the place, therefore you won't know how to put it back. I've already broken the factory seal to the screws which holds the clutch bell housing, because the engine has a lot of vibrations which will cause the screw to undo themselves, so they are on pretty tight. I use my trusty Allen key to do so. Now I'm gonna go remove them. Here we can see that the shoes has been completely eaten down. Here you have a minimal amount, but here is like completely clean. The shoes is not even there. So I'm gonna take this out and replace it with the new one. So first what you want to do is remove these 2 screws, therefore allowing the clutch shoes to be easily removed. And I will use my Allen key to do so. The clutch is on the flywheel, which will make it very hard to remove. So therefore what you will want to do is jam something to wedge it together, which will give you a firm grip to remove the screws which holds the clutch shoes in place. So in the new clutch shoes package we're going to install, we get new hardware. So we have the worn out bolts. I mean, it's pretty good still, so you can probably reuse it and have these spares, which I'm going to do. And here is the new clutch assembly. So see that the shoes is right here on the metal housing. And to give you a comparison of the old versus the new, here you have a little play which indicates that the spring has actually been stretched, whereas with the new one it's quite wedged in there. Also you can see that the shoes is here, but whereas over here it's not. This was the main reason why the truck was not moving at all, or has little or no biting point right here. Now that we're ready to install the new clutch shoes right here, what we want to do is clean inside the clutch housing, mainly to just get all the used shoes from the previous clutch out of the way. Now that I have cleaned up the residue from the existing clutch shoes, well, most of it, as you can see, I am now going to install the new shoes. Now, in installing the new shoes, you will want to have the shoes spinning at the rotation the engine will rotate, which will cause the spur gear to turn to make the car go forward. You do not want to position this the wrong way, which will result in you having to take all of this back down again just to change the position. So what you want to do is have it rotating in an anti-clockwise rotation, which is how I have it right here. To know if it's anti-clockwise or not, you're looking at the spacing here and here. If it's at this direction, you will see when it spins, it will expand this way. So you want to have it this way, so as it rotates, the shoes expands and touches the clutch shoes. You want to install the washer at the back of the clutch shoes assembly onto the plate which connects to the flywheel, then the screw, ensuring that the washer is on the screw. So now that I have hand tightened these two screws to the flywheel, I would want to get my tool, which is basically anything you'd want to use to jam the clutch shoes, in order to tighten the two screws very tight, because you don't want, when the engine is on, the vibration causes this to unscrew, which will cause it to rub against the clutch shoes. Okay, so now that I have this on tight, what we want to do is install back up everything how they were. Like I said, the way in which you lay out your parts while you remove them, you will want to put them back exactly in the same chronological order. So now we have finished install the clutch shoes, and we're now going to go test it out. Okay, so that was a tutorial on how to replace the clutch shoes on an Hpi Baja 5T. Leave a like below if you found it very insightful and informative, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.